Okay, so we left off with vitamin D on our vitamins. We're going to go ahead and go with vitamin E. So vitamin E, really our primary function of vitamin E is as an antioxidant, and our recommended daily allowance is about 15 milligrams. Deficiency is really rare, except in very low-fat diets or where people have malabsorptive diseases where they're just not absorbing a lot. And this is pretty much the case with most of our fat-soluble vitamins because we can store them for a long time. So if we get extra one day or 1 week or 1 month, we can store them up for later, right? So deficiency, very rare. But if you do have a deficiency, you could have muscle weakness, loss of coordination, potential anemia, which means you don't have enough red blood cells. Toxicity is very rare, but when you do have toxicity, it can affect the formation of vitamin K, which is involved in blood clotting, and your blood won't clot properly. So that's one of the risks of that. So where are we going to find vitamin E? We're going to find it in corn, safflower, palm, and sunflower oil. So these vegetable oils, fortified cereals. We tend to fortify lots of our breads and cereals and things like that with this stuff, as well as in beef, poultry, and fish. Supplements are probably not useful or really necessary for most people in most situations. Okay, then we've got vitamin K. So vitamin K, like I said before, it aids in blood clotting. The RDA is 120 micrograms a day for men and 90 micrograms a day for women. So it's really small amounts of the stuff we need. Deficiency is really rare in the U.S. because we produce 10 to 15% of our daily requirement with intestinal bacteria. And again, the only really time you find deficiency is when people have malabsorptive disease. Again, because you make part of it with your intestinal bacteria, and you're going to store it when you have extra. So toxicity also very rare because we really easily excrete this stuff. Where we're going to find it: green leafies, milk, eggs, some cereals. Supplementation really not necessary, and too much can mess up your blood clotting and make your blood clot too much even possibly. Okay, so let's talk about free radicals. We talked about antioxidants. So when we talk about antioxidants, one of the things antioxidants do, these different vitamins, lots of these different vitamins are classes of antioxidants, and they fight free radicals. So free radicals are these highly reactive oxygen, and they are highly reactive molecules. They have this spare oxygen, and they contain oxygen. They have this spare electron, okay, that gives them this charge, and they want to give that charge to other molecules, and it really messes up the structure and shape of these other molecules. So it damages these molecules. These can damage your DNA and some lipids and proteins. And so one of the things that antioxidants do is they basically snatch that spare electron away. So they take it, and it doesn't hurt that molecule. And so if you thought of free radicals, think of free radicals like a guy that's a troublemaker going into a bar or a club or something. He's a troublemaker, right? And the antioxidants, they're kind of like the bouncer. They get the dude out of there before he causes any more problems. And that's kind of the way that what free radicals are inside your body. So free radicals are produced during exercise, especially. They're produced during respiration of pollutants. So that's why that's why sometimes these one of the reasons breathing pollutants is bad. You produce these during exercise, but you also produce your own natural antioxidants when you exercise. They equal each other out, right? Dietary antioxidants, they interact with these things, and they neutralize them as well, the vitamins and things. All right, so again, additional free radicals are created during exercise, especially for longer intense, but you make more antioxidants. Okay, and antioxidant supplements don't really appear to help guard against free radicals unless there's already deficiency. If you eat a pretty good diet, you should be fine. Okay, so that's really all we're going to do with vitamins. What I really want you to take away from the section on vitamins is the difference between fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins, which ones are fat, which ones are water, the functions of them, whether there's a high risk of toxicity and what happens when you have toxicity, whether there's a high risk of deficiency and what happens when you have deficiency, as well as when supplementation may be appropriate. Those are more important things to me than how many milligrams or micrograms of a particular vitamin you need, right? Most of you are not going to measure and calculate how many milligrams of folate you get in a day, right? But the toxicity, deficiency, those things, way more important. So that's pretty much it for vitamins. Concentrate on the PowerPoint when it comes to your test. Take notes and stuff, print out your PowerPoint, but still you are responsible for the entire book as well.